So guys, we just got one of the buy signals over here, and that's telling us that buy. And wow, momentum is shifting towards the upside. And we had two big green candlesticks these past couple days. But before we go into the buy signal, I want to show you guys that China's economy is indeed recovering. Here we got a video from Bloomberg television 9 days ago. China's economy shows fresh signs of recovery. I'm going to just play about 30 seconds. Have a listen.
Demand and production side both recovered, rose quite strongly, and then the demand coming both from domestic economy as well as external demand. And one thing I find particularly interesting is the small firm PMI rose into expansionary territory for the first time in 1 year. So that's suggesting perhaps the government support measures are working.
That's good indeed. You see the actual PMI beating the estimates. China's economy is back on track, guys. And even here in China, in the stores, shopping malls are seeing a lot of activity. So that's just very nice. But going back to the buy signal, what is this buy signal? Well, this is of course the MACD buy signal, moving average convergence divergence. And here we have a final MACD crossover, bullish MACD crossover on the daily time frame. So this is very nice. It's also signaled here with this green little histogram over here. So this is very, very cool. And we've gotten these signals in the past. It's not a perfect indicator, okay? Nothing's perfect. But in the past, if you've gotten these green MACD buy signals, you've gotten very good juicy load up opportunities for very good trade opportunities. Okay, so if we have like if we look at some of the what kind of gains we could have got. So for example, in the past, when you got this buy signal, boom, that's a 20% gain. All right, very juicy. When you got this buy signal, bam, like how many percentage gain is that? That's like over 100% gain, guys. All right, this was back in June of 2023. Over here, another buy signal, bam, 50% gain. So you can see like these gains are pretty darn juicy, man. Back here, from when the signal crossed, another 47% gain. So, you know, when momentum shifts, and this one, you got a small one, 13% gain. But you can tell when momentum shifts, it's a pretty drastic up move, all right? And yes, sometimes you do get false buy signals, but I do expect that we move onwards to $7, right? We've talked about this, and that would be like a 50% gain, right? And then if we move on towards the second target of $10, that's 100% gain, and this would perfectly fill this gap over here, right here, fill that gap. And then if we get a really big short squeeze, we could be looking at up to this price target right here. This is around 13, 14-ish. So before I said we're going to go to probably 13, 14-ish. Yeah, maybe like here. That's 197% gain. So, and guys, we have this bullish wedge pattern. We've had this for a while. And it looks like we're still in it, all right? We're still in this pattern, but it looks like we're going to break out of it very, very soon. Okay, so I'm just going to erase things to make it a little bit more clear for you guys. This purple line has been very, very juicy, and we can tell in the past when we had this kind of falling wedge pattern, we had this, and then break above, bam, nice juicy 100+% gain from when we got the MACD signal. So now it looks like we're about here, all right? History is repeating itself. We're about here, and we could see bullish momentum ride all the way up pretty darn high. I think we can go up to 7, 10, 13 possibly. Okay, and then we have this other purple line. Just to zoom out to show you guys, it connects the tops over here, and then that just means that if we get a bullish move, that's actually our second target, all right, to go up over here, fill this gap and potentially touch that. So that's also very, very likely. And then looking at the Chinese stock market is actually doing incredibly well, following this very bullish PMI. China is showing signs of recovery, and here we had that very juicy bottom that we talked about in the past. And just taking a bigger time frame picture look at this. This is a very huge, mega big wedge pattern, also triangle pattern. All right, multiple taps. I call it hard floor with multiple taps over here. 2008, man. 2013, 2014, bam, almost a tap over here in 2018. And then we just got a tap over there in February of this year. And it looks like we could be potentially going up to this area over here with a nice recovery. This is going to be a very bullish year if we get upwards to over here. They're launching so many stimulus policies. And then going back to the shorter time frame, okay, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, I predicted in the past that we're going to bounce off of this trend line, and we are indeed. And we're looking at potentially heading back to this level, 3,300. That would be pretty nice up move in the Chinese economy. Now, the only reason NIO stock was down yesterday was because of hot inflation numbers that really tanked the entire market. So if you look at SPY, yesterday we had SPY just really kind of went down in the gutter, all right, because of the hot CPI number. And that really inadvertently also affected NIO. But, in general, NIO is so oversold. We still got 180 million shares short. The market cap is just absurdly low, all right, at around cash level. And this is a level where, it's just a no-brainer, guys. It's a no-brainer. Some of these big institutional investors sold. We heard that Bailey Gifford sold at around $5-ish, probably after the earnings report they sold. But I believe that they're wrong. The bullish momentum is about to come back, and we have a lot of bullish catalysts coming out. I think the big one, it still hasn't happened. A lot of you guys have asked me, what about the big partnership that's about to happen in April? Has it already happened? Is it one of those media or the other Suzhou State Grid partnership? And the answer is no. The head of NIO Power has clearly stated that we're looking for a big heavyweight car company joining in on the battery swap game. So it's battery swap, not charging, not supply chain partnership. So once we get that news, and man, well, look, eventually we're going to break this, all right? The apex is around 30th of April. So this stock is going to run, all right? This stock is going to run before the end of this month. We're going to get very big bullish move upwards. So it's just a matter of, do you have the guts to hold, or are you going to capitulate? So, yeah, this stock is definitely 100% going to run, all right? And we also had RSI divergence, MACD divergence. So it's just very nice. Once we see a big green candlestick above this trend line with solid volume maybe above 100 million shares, that's going to send us to the moon, guys. That's going to send us to the moon.